Nagbabalik ang PTV Sports. Kasama natin ngayon si Miss Rose Montreal. Siya ang unang female commissioner ng pro basketball sa Pilipinas. Miss Rose, welcome to PTV Sports.
Good morning, Rafael and Meg. Trivia kanina, no? It's sabi ko kay Meg when I saw her backstage, it's nice to see her again because the last time I saw her, the last time she interviewed me, she was like, you know, she's a budding sports reporter, and now, like what I told her a while ago, she'll be the next Diane Castillejo in terms of sports broadcasting.
Wow, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Such an honor coming from you, Miss Rose. Miss Rose, first off, no, kilala kayo to support homegrown talents, to discover homegrown talents. And now you have what we call the NBL Youth. Can you tell us more about this?
Yeah, NBL Youth is actually one of the sub category of National Basketball League Pilipinas. We started in 2018. We started NBL Youth in 2019, right after our first season for NBL Pilipinas. And then from there, we already had 5 seasons for NBL Youth, and most of our alumni are now playing for Junior NCAA, Junior UAAP, and some are playing in the UAAP and NCAA now.
Miss Rose, alam po natin marami nga po tayong mga developmental league dito sa ating bansa. Because syempre, the Philippines is a basketball crazy nation talaga.
Yes, it is.
Pero matanong lang po namin, ano po ba ang pinagkaiba nitong NBL Youth sa iba pang developmental leagues natin dito sa bansa?
Okay, if you were to ask me about the difference of NBL Youth from the other, you know naman, everywhere we go, there's basketball league, no? We start training kids from 10 under, 12 under, it's under NBL Kids. And then 14, 16 under, it's under NBL Teens. And now the 19 under category is already part of the 21 under Next Generation or Developmental League. The only difference that I can say, or peculiar difference from other youth league, is that the technical side, the rules that govern the game is somehow similar to how we govern the rules of our professional league, which is NBL Pilipinas. That's why a lot of our alumni from NBL Youth, like Lancer Can, who's now part of the Mythical Five, was never an awardee. He was not even part of the Mythical Five when he was playing for Luwid Kapampangan under the 21 under category. But now, you know, he's really very successful. He even bagged the conference MVP in season 2023. So, iba kasi yung feeling na yung alumni mo are now playing in the sports league that you also own. Alam mo yon, like we have Andre Rito. When he played in the NBL Youth, their team never won a single game. But now, he's a homegrown hoop hero of Camarines Sur in Naga. We also have Kian Fontanilla, who played with us in NBL Nueva Ecija team. And now he's been getting a lot of BPG awards during the game, the best player of the game awardee, every time Nueva Ecija wins in the NBL.
Miss Rose, to me, para siyang basketball academy. Nandun na lahat-lahat ng age group. Nasakop nyo na dito sa NBL Youth. Ano po ba yung mga programs that you have dito sa mga basketball athletes na to that you can support them from the yung age group na bata?
Young age, up to professional. Yeah. Meg, Rafi, one of the projects that we're launching in January 2025, we have 2 ex-basketball legends. One is a Gilas legend himself, Jeff Chan. We're launching a shooting skills academy for kids. It's also their way of giving back to the community. So Jeff Chan had around 16 years playing for the professional league, plus his experience playing in the collegiate league in FEU. Brian Faundo, known big man, no, from the PBA, is also giving back to the community by facilitating the Big Man's Academy for NBL Youth. I will have to add on what I said a while ago. Ano yung difference? Kasi from us, like we train children 10 under, you don't provide them balls that professional player uses. So lahat yan, we do it scientifically. And it's also one way of giving back to the community, and both Sir Edward and I are very thankful to the PBA for the experience that they gave us. And this experience we're using right now in running our own professional league. So it's really a way of giving back to the community. Just like Jeff Chan and Brian Faundo.
Yeah. To follow up lang with my question, you've mentioned about PBA. So you collaborate with other basketball organizations for the NBL programs?
Not really collaborate with other basketball organization, but of course NBL Pilipinas is a member of the Samahang Basketball ng Pilipinas. And with Jeff Chan and Brian Faundo, it's their personal goal and advocacy to give back to the community by teaching kids. Brian will concentrate on developing big men because it's really very hard. I believe Rafi is playing basketball also, no? So in a basketball team, for you to form a team, kailangan meron kang 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Some of the players right now, they play 1 to 5. May mga coaches na ganyan, like the great Tim Cone, no, na head coach ng Gilas. When Kevin, I remember reading this interview that, when Kevin asked Coach Tim Cone, Coach, which position will I be playing? Tim Cone told him, you'll be playing 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. But, yung big man kasi sa team, experience ko yan even with the PBA, even with, we also handled kasi PCCL. Both Sir Edward and I handled PCCL helping basketball legend Jolly Pano and the late si Mr. Ray ng PCCL. Yung big man, napakahirap hanapin lalo na sa mga schools. So, yun, if we start training children as young as 10 years old, makikita mo naman talaga because we evaluate kids kung talagang pang-wing ka lang, pang-guard ka, pang-big man. So, yun. So, we're working closely with Jeff and Brian Faundo to further develop talents kasi kahit maraming liga, kulang pa rin yung talents natin in the Philippines.
Ms. Rose, gusto ko nga po yung sinabi nyo na yung inyong academy merong category for every single type of player. Pero tulad nga ng sinabi nyo, no, yung ating basketball ngayon, we're moving towards positionless basketball.
Correct.
Yun nga yung katulad ng napag-usapan natin about Kevin Kembao, you have to learn every single position.
Kumbaga well-rounded.
Yes, kumbaga well-rounded. And even the bigs now, di ba, Miss Rose, they also
play guard.
They can play guard. They have guard skills. So,
Exactly.
malaking bagay po siguro talaga. Sa tingin niyo po ba, dito rin pumapasok na yung matututunan ng mga bata sa academy, ganun ka laking bagay sa kanilang development?
Yes, definitely, Rafi. With all due respect dun sa mga players, sa mga coaches na nagko-conduct ng mga camps and clinics. Kasi yung sa atin, may continuity. Per module siya. Sabi nga ni Jeff Chan sa akin, if I may share with you, Ma'am Rose, hanggat hindi pumapasa sa standards ko, hanggat hindi okay sa akin, hindi natin isasali sa league. Kasi right after the academy, Jeff and Brian plans to put up their own team to compete also with NBL Youth for kids, teens, and next gen category. So sabi niya, it's not about, makakonduct ka lang. Hindi pwedeng mass keep-ups. Kailangan may gauge, kailangan may metrics. So like what we said, basketball is a science. So dapat we have to treat it like a science.
In terms of coaches po, sino po ba yung mga coaches na kasama po dito sa ating youth program?
Yeah, Brian will be fielding in his own teammates from his former teams, and then Jeff will really handle it personally. That's why si Jeff would like to limit the session or the module maximum of 10 students because ang gusto niya talaga, siya lang talaga.
Hands-on.
Yes, really very hands-on. And you will really admire Jeff and Brian because of their advocacy na honestly speaking, they're getting, big pays already. Brian is into business. Same way with Jeff, and I believe Jeff is not retired yet, no? But, for them to think na we want to give back to the community and, and to offer their services to the NBL Pilipinas. It's really an honor for us. And I really had very good working relationships with them naman, even during the time that I was in the elite league. No? So it's all about relationship and shared passion, shared advocacy, and sabi ko nga we don't need to prove anything in the basketball industry anymore. You know that naman, Meg. But sa akin, I would like to leave the legacy na we developed a lot of players, especially yung goal ng NBL Pilipinas na hindi man sila makarating dun sa elite league, hindi man sila makarating ng PBA because PBA can only accommodate as much because they only have 12 teams. Elite plus the others, hindi man mabigyan ng chance to go Korea, to go Japan, to go in other country. We have developed local hoop heroes that their community can treasure, that their community, the younger generation in their city or in their province can look up to and be an aspiration in the future.
Miss Rose, yung pinag-usapan po natin na youth development dito sa basketball, kanina may mga minention kayong players na during their junior years hindi masyadong nagpo-perform, pero nung tumawid sila sa pros, naging hometown heroes, sabi nyo nga. So do you believe na yung experience na napulot nila with parang being, yung natututukan na sila from an early age, yun yung naging reason kaya sila successful pagtawid nila?
Maybe one of the reason that I can share is that, like what I mentioned kanina, the same rules that govern the Pro League is the same rules that we use in the youth category. So it's a lot easier for the alumni to jump to the professional league once they're qualified already kasi pareho lang. So hindi sila naninibago. Yun siguro yung secret to the success of that.
Ms. Rose, since this is open sa lahat, that every basketball athletes all over the world can actually join, or over the Philippines can join, may nakikita po ba kayo mga promising athletes from the provinces?
Actually, Meg, kaya kami nag-NBL Pilipinas kasi mahirap i-categorize ang homegrown, honestly speaking. But what makes NBL Pilipinas different, again, from the other league is that we play purely homegrown. And what do you mean by purely homegrown? During the earlier days, syempre, bago mo kino-conceptualize, umahanap ka ng mga parameters on how to define a real homegrown. But after several years or several conferences, several seasons that had passed, nakuha na namin yung secret. And what is the secret? The player who should be playing or representing the city or the province that he will play for, kailangan, he was born in the city or province that he's representing. So yun yung strict definition, yun yung strict parameters namin. So basically, yung sasabihin natin na meron ka na bang nakita na nag-develop, if I may share, Dominic Fajardo, who now plays for NLEX Road Warriors, used to play for NBL Pilipinas. So ako talaga, I'm really very hopeful with all this advocacy, with all these goals that we have. Kasi the league is goal-centered. It's not just putting up a league and, para lang sabihin na meron kang league. Kasi nakakahiya naman sa PBA. Pag nakita nila, Edward and Rose are there and then, we're not keeping to the standards of the experience that we got from PBA. So, lahat tayo goal-centered, and once you're goal-centered, alam mo, i-gauge yung metrics nung success or kung na-achieve mo yung goal that you projected.
Ms. Rose, I believe we have time for just one more question, pero I think you have expansion plans for this league. So very quick, ano po ito?
Yeah, coming from the success story of NBL Pilipinas na homegrown basketball, we are now planning to launch NVL, which is the National Volleyball League. So, alam naman natin na yung mga nagiging superstars sa volleyball are coming from different schools, coming from different cities or provinces. So, why not put up your own volleyball heroes in your particular city and provinces? So, yun. It's really coming soon, first quarter of 2025.
Finally, Ms. Rose, message nyo sa inyong supporters and fans ng NBL.
Yeah, unang-una maraming salamat. We have already succeeded the 7-year itch because it's already our 7th season, and I guess we're going to finish or end the conference on a high note, having the rivalry of Taguig and Kamsur in the finals. Tomorrow we're leaving for Kamsur because it's game 3 and it's their home game advantage. So maraming salamat, and I would like to make an appeal to all our LGUs. Let's put our developmental funds for the youth in the proper project. Hindi ko sinasabing NBL yung sagot doon, but with the success story of Kamsur, Taguig, Pampanga, Nueva Ecija, I believe their success story can be replicated by other LGUs as well. Maraming salamat.
Maraming salamat po, Miss Rose Montreal.